We got braid tugging and skirt smoothing in this episode. It is way too much fan service for book readers, and it's disgusting. So the 1 month jump actually really threw me. I wanted to see the immediate fallout of Nynaeve doing her area effect heal and with the Aes Sedai, but they didn't really touch on it. We got to just see the funeral, the burying of the bodies, and then there was the 1 month jump. Kind of disappointing, although I guess we learned in the month she's ignoring Lan because she wants to bone him. Seeing Stefan absolutely was heartbreaking. I mean, you know, it's cool. Fridays, TGIF, and I have to want to cry the entire episode. I mean, it was a crazy emotional episode, and Stefan just being so down and just not wanting to live anymore because, you know, his Aes Sedai died, and they have a special connection where if a warder loses their Aes Sedai, they generally take their own life. Now, if it's the other way around, the Aes Sedai's warder dies, they're bummed out too, but not to the level the warders are, which seems really shitty, and it is. And you just knew he was going to kill himself by the end of this episode. I feel like even if you've never read the books, you just were watching this going, okay, this guy is going to do something crazy. There's no way he's gonna keep living on. He is way too passionate. And he was a super charismatic character, so it was so sad, and I kept saying in my head, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. It's a good example. He's a good example of a character that doesn't have a ton of screen time, and you just absolutely love him. Also, the broship between him and Lan, I like a lot. The ritual at the end was just devastating. Oh my gosh, so much emotion, and I can't even fathom having a connection with another person where I feel their emotions, and just to feel the level of grief that Lan is having in that moment. I mean, I don't deal with my own emotions well, so also dealing with someone else's emotions, yeah, no. That acting was so well done, and I did tear up during that scene, okay? I think they did a great job with the exposition in this episode and explaining the special connection between Aes Sedai and warders, something that's going to become very, very important, or is important, throughout this series. So usually when you do a bunch of exposition, it's kind of like, ooh, all right, thanks for the info dump. But they did it in a very clever, wonderful, traumatic way. By the way, I know there are going to be some people that are going to go, oh my gosh, people are fighting for a chair. This is a Game of Thrones ripoff. Wheel of Time, the first book, came out before George ever released his first book, A Game of Thrones. So, if anyone says that, they're dumb. But yeah, I want to see more political intrigue at the tower, even though I'm sure other people are like, no, go back to adventuring. They will, it's okay, but as of right now, yeah, I'm all about this. Then we have Perrin and Egwene getting captured by the Children of the Light, and we get the drama with Perrin finally saying, hey, I killed my wife. And rightfully, Egwene is like, dude, it's not like you were a coward or anything. It was an accident. You were trying to defend yourself, your wife, and the village. So it was nice for him to finally get that out. I was wondering when he was going to finally say, yeah, I did this, and now I have major PTSD, major trauma. I like how they're showing Perrin as a wolf brother. Egwene, I'm still not on board with her, which is weird. I thought I was going to be, but I so far don't really like her portrayal in this show. It's kind of weird. I thought I would. I don't. Valda is coming across a lot better than I thought they were going to do with him, because when his character first showed up, I was like, oh no, this is going to be cheesy, over the top. I'm a fanatical person, and it's going to be a one-note thing, and he's actually doing very well. It didn't come across as a mustache-twisting, fanatical villain, so kudos to the actor, and I feel like it is the actor that is able to make this character not come across as super dumb. Mat and Rand, they did a great job of making it look physically, their bodies. They had been on the road for a month. You see their hair is longer, it's all messed up and stuff, but their clothing is way too pristine for traveling a month without bed, shelter, whatever, out in the open. What? No, I feel like they should have done, I think what Henry Cavill did with The Witcher, where you wear your clothing, you roll around in the dirt, you make it look lived in. They just looked way too, and it was weird because physically, they look like, oh yeah, they're ragged, they've been traveling a month, but their clothing does not match. Maybe they went to a dry cleaner before we saw them. Logain laughing at them was beautiful. From his perspective, I'm sure he's giggling to himself that we have these two men that are unique in their own way, and they're right under the Aes Sedai's nose, or I guess above their heads, and he's kind of giggling like, oh man, they are in for a fun surprise, if they even figure this out. I never liked Matt, so him being more of a dick in this episode is kind of like, eh. I mean, that's what you get. Don't touch shit that doesn't belong to you. Did anyone love when Matt was trying to make the pact with Rand? Like, oh, if either of us can channel, we'll kill the other. And you could see Rand was like, nah, dude. I don't want you to kill me if I can channel. Like, YOLO. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Personality-wise, dialogue. Great. Phenomenal for this character. Appearance is awful. Trash. Oh my gosh. And I know that they officially said, hey, we just couldn't afford the CGI to make him appear as big and as he appears in the books, but damn. That seems to be a general problem with fantasy series. They have a really hard time with humanoid characters, making them not look like just humans with some prosthetics. It's kind of weird. Go see The Witcher on Netflix with elves. It's like, really? Also, I want to point out to him, it is racist to say that because you're a redhead, you're from a certain location. Shame on you. Oh my god, I loved how he was describing, though, how he knew he found someone also from Two Rivers Nynaeve, and he's just, like, talking about how it's so easy, and then they're not even listening to him, they're doing their own thing, and he's in the background just going on and on. Just, it's great. I'm not saying anything about how the actor is coming across. I'm just saying how he appears. So I'm guessing next episode, all friends come together, we get more political intrigue, and then we start to see a lot more drama. I enjoyed this episode quite a bit. I feel like I enjoyed the last episode more than this episode, but in the defense of this episode, I enjoyed the last episode more than the other episodes. So anyways, yeah, like, subscribe, and come back for more sci-fi fantasy. Also, I'm not ready for this show to end, and we're gonna have to wait forever for season 2.
You, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear.
I, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear
that you will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
And will, to the best of your ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend the